Well, fishing season for most of us is over. Or is it? Well, joining us now to talk about how we can extend the season is Getfishing's Jason Matity. And Jason, I see you are geared up. You're never without your tackle. So fishing season never really ends, does it?
No, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22 because for most, I would say 95% of the lakes in the province are closed. Now, there is a tiny gap north of L'Orange that they can ice fish until April 15th. But for most of us down south of L'Orange, it's closed for your pike, walleye, perch. But there is stocked trout waters as well, like where you have rainbow trout, brook trout. They do remain open, and they never close.
Okay, so now do they freeze up, or how? Like what kind of condition is it right now?
Well, for a lot of the smaller lakes, you know, in some areas you can begin casting already. The ice is virtually gone. For others, if there's good ice still, you can still go ice fishing on them, but you got to be real careful. I don't really recommend ice fishing in April.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is, I dubbed this Trout Month because they're, the Fort Qu'Appelle Fish Hatchery, the only provincial hatchery in the province, stocks over 500,000 trout. They raise them and then they get stocked by conservation officers around the province, and you can catch those year-round all the way through April.
Oh, okay, so where? How do we find out where these are then? Fishing year-round sounds great.
Yeah. Well, if you go to Saskatchewan.ca/fishing, which is the Saskatchewan government website, you can find everything you need, including where the stocked trout waters are around Saskatoon. You've got the forestry farm, you've got the Saskatoon Trout Pond. Right near the city, you can go out and catch rainbow trout. That fishery is open year-round, as well as some other destinations sort of further north and south as well. And that's a good place to start for the viewers up in Saskatoon, for sure.
Well, so where are the hot spots going to be then as we transition into the spring and to the summer? Can you tell right now where you might want to, you know, focus your efforts?
Well, really, we like to send people to the north shore of the lake. And what I mean by that is any shoreline that gets some northern exposure is going to warm up the fastest. And fish really like those warm waters first thing in the year because that's where the food chain begins. That's where the insects begin to hatch. That's where the minnows congregate to eat the insects. And the food chain kind of keeps going from there. We start with the microscopic to the insect size, to the minnow size, all the way up to perch, walleyes, and then those King Kong pike.
All right, that's a great, clear, easy to follow tip. And basically, you guys at Get Fishing have all sorts of tips. And this weekend, we're going to have the opportunity to pick your brains a little bit, I understand.
Absolutely. You can come out and have, listen to us deliver a seminar with some great videos as well at Cabela's in Saskatoon at 1 o'clock on Saturday. We're repeating it in Regina on Sunday at 1 o'clock in case you're down in the Queen City. And you'll have the opportunity to ask us questions after that and during the seminar as well. And it's mostly about pike that we're talking about and some walleye, but we'll take your trout questions and anything else that swims as well.
All right, we are so excited to get going on another season of fishing. And of course, we can get tips anytime at Getfishing.ca, right?
Absolutely. 24/7 anywhere on planet Earth.
All right, Jason Matity, thank you so much.